The GM Spark is back again for the 23-24 season, which was first introduced into the GM range last year in the 22-23 season. With the blue stickers and the orange and white sort of outline, which I think looks really good in the shelves and probably at the crease as well, looks really good. Yeah, and then it's also fitted with GM's Perlite grip, custom for the Spark here with the blue and orange to match the stickers on the bat. Starting with the handle, all the GM bats are fitted with a thick semi-oval handle that tapers to a medium thick at the top, and it's fitted with a 3-piece cork insert at the top as well, which really helps with the vibration with the 3-piece corks in terms of if you hit off the toe or something like that, and it also helps with the transferring power into the shots as well. And another thing with the thicker handles as well is it really helps with the pickup on GM's bats, where it feels more often than not feels a lot lighter than the dead weights on the scales. Moving on to the profile, the GM Sparks have a mid to high profile with a little bit of bow as well. An f4.2 face profile, which GM's calls their f4.2, basically means that it's got 4.2 millimeters of camber or face roundness, which means that the face of the bat is a little bit curved. Basically from the edges to the center is 4.2 mil thick, is what GM says, and then also just a little bit of concaving there as well to help keep the weight down and keep that really light pickup that I think this bat or this series is going for. Along with the L540 blade, which is 15 millimeters shorter than the standard short handle length, but the handle is 15 millimeter longer. So overall, it's still the same standard short handle length, just a slightly shorter blade. And this is done because it reduces the weight, and GM says that it sort of increases the bat speed as well. So again, fitting with that theme of keeping the spark as light as possible and sort of increasing that bat speed just to get that ball through, or that bat through the ball hands very quickly. So the unique thing about GM's UK made bats is they use what they call a DXM technology, which is basically a 3D computer based technology to put it in a big machine, and then it shapes all the bats. And what that basically means is throughout the whole range, the consistency in shapes pickups is second to none, pretty much, because it's all machine made. It's all like maths and numbers and all that sort of stuff. So it's basically all made exactly precisely to the exact copy of each bat. And the only variances is dependent on the cleft as well. So some clefts are naturally a bit heavier or a bit lighter. So that's the only sort of variances you get throughout the range is just basically dependent on the cleft. Nothing to do with the actual shapes, whereas in other manufacturers that might be handmade, and you might have the world's best bat makers, but because it's handmade, you can't exactly copy it always one to one from each shape to the next, for each bat to the next, sorry. So yeah, that's a unique feature to GM's UK made bats, is their DXM technology, which really just brings the consistency throughout the range of not just the Spark but the entire sort of bat range GM brings. And also GM factory knock their bats, they put the face sheet on their bats as well, and they chuck on the toe as well at the bottom. So basically these are ready to go for the nets, so you can take one off the shelf. Don't need to bash it in, knock it in or anything like that. You can just go straight into the nets. Probably against old balls we would recommend, and go practice for a few sessions, see how that goes, and slowly progress to the new balls. And yeah, not as much work to get it game ready. So yeah, that's pretty good for GM. And this really good quality face sheet as well, and a really good quality toe guard as well. So there's no sort of skimping out or anything like that. It's great quality stuff, which I think is a pretty good theme, or pretty fitting theme for GM, is pretty high quality stuff. So I would say the Spark is more for the timer of the ball and more for precision stroke play, getting his ones and twos, finding the gaps, batting for more of a period, longer period of time, and then also coupled with that is probably with the profile is somebody who's more dominant on the back foot. They like their cuts and pulls and back foot drives, but also if they do want to drive, they usually drive on the up, just because of that mid to high profile. You're probably hitting the ball a bit higher with those shots, and also the L540 blade, a little bit of concaving as well. You're going to get a lot of value from middling the ball, and also that profile just makes for like a really light sort of feel and quickness of the hands through the ball. So this year we've got the Spark in a variety of ranges, so a few in the junior bats as well, 4 or 5 grades, I think in the senior bats starting from the 404 and up to the 808, and then depending on availability we get the original in as well. Just so with GMs having such a big range of grades, a big range of bats, we've got something that caters for every budget and every player, right up from professionals all the way up to, all the way down to bat juniors or enthusiasts as well that don't really need to spend a lot of money, but they need a good bat. So yeah, we've got you covered. GM's got you covered as well. So yeah, the GM Spark 22-23. So if you want to grab the Spark or see some more info on it, then visit us in store or head over to atsport.com.au.